I think it's fair to say first impressions are wow. Like it's just so like I literally feel like things hanging in my camera, don't want that. I literally feel like I'm more immersed walking down here than I have been like walking down Main Street in Disney. Like it's just incredible. Gosh, I wanted to capture that first feeling of wow. Because it is just wow. And as we were walking in just then, we heard music and we were like, wait a minute, it's like actual people playing instruments as you come in. Like, knew it. I mean, crazy. You just wouldn't get anything like that in the UK. Like,
They look like they were having a great time.
Yeah, for real, for real. So yeah, atmosphere here is great. We should probably start paying attention to where we're going because we're going to get very lost otherwise.
This is a fountain.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted throughout the day of our first reactions to various rides, and I'll see you in a little bit. So we just had our very first ride at Europa Park and it was Piraten in Batavia. What do you think, Laura?
I love it. I love it so much. For anyone that went to Drayton Manor back in the day and did Pirate Adventure and had very fond memories of that, hustle on over here because that is the grown-up version. It's been updated. It's got so much stuff. It's fun. I love it.
Yeah, I just came out and went, that's the best boat ride I've done. I have to say, when I did Pirates of the Caribbean, I wasn't 100% well, so you know, maybe my memories of it aren't fantastic, but I just thought that was incredible. There was so much like just joyfulness in it. Like, you know, we did what it's called, Efteling.
Fata Morgana.
Fata Morgana, and you know, like it's the same level of attention to detail and theming, but that's just so injected with fun and excitement and polish, yeah. And it was like that drop we did at the start, where it's all dark, and I thought, okay, this is a bit dark, could do a bit more, and then we just went down and landed in this full-on scene that was full of colour and sound and things to look at, and that transition.
Go on it so many times to find all the things.
Oh, 100%.
So many times.
And we were quite lucky then actually because we had a boat to ourselves, so we just sat on the front and had full view of everything. So yeah, very good start to the day. Let's see what else. Oh, walk on, yeah, that's another exciting thing. So yeah, let's carry on with our day and we'll let you know how they go. Okay, so we just had our first ride on Woden, the timber coaster. We had thoughts, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we actually disagreed slightly, so that was interesting.
Yep.
Do you want to go first?
Yep, so I think it's probably the best timber coaster I've been on, the best wooden coaster I've been on. Longer layout, lots of airtime, which I like. Yeah, I thought it was cracking, nice and quick.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I did like it. I think the disagreement we had was on the brake run. I said that I think I might prefer Wicker Man. So if you don't know, they're both GCI coasters. Obviously this has the higher, longer layout. It's probably faster, I'd imagine, just given the height. I don't know the actual stats on that. I guess for me with Wicker Man, there's just something that's very like snappy and polished about it that I really enjoy. Like, yes, it doesn't do a lot, but what it does incredibly well. And that said, I don't really recall any like major dead spots on that on Woden or anything like that. So it was a good ride, definitely.
Didn't give you a second.
No, and you know, I didn't quite get that at the shot, but there it goes. And you know, this was an early ride of the day, and the one thing we do know about this type of coaster is that it gets faster. And my word. That drop faster is going to be something. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how views change or improve in your case potentially.
I like the go quick.
Yes, and just a quick word on operations. When we joined the queue, it was saying 15 minutes. In the end, we waited, I think it was about 20 to 25, wasn't it? And when we were in the queue, they did do an announcement saying they're putting an extra train on to increase capacity. I do always think that's an important thing to do if you recognise you don't have the capacity. My only slight criticism is that if you know the ticket's sold, you should have a rough idea of what's going to be on the park, and if you can, you should be going full pout from the start of the day. That said, it's early days and they were getting those trains out like anything, and my god, it is, you know, a great coaster.
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, one thing Laura noted actually is the Valkyries in the stations, they've got these models on the roof,
So nice.
and as you came in, the Valkyries' heads were turning, and it was quite eerie because they're those sort of wooden models, but it was really, really impactful. So with that, I think we're going to find our next adventure, and we'll keep you posted of how that goes.
How it's supposed to feel.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life.
Okay, so we have just had our first ride on the mighty Blue Fire, which I think might be about to do the loop. Don't let me down, don't let me down, don't let me down.
No, it's going to mess with you.
There it is! So, I'll go first this time, maybe I'll give from the back to you. So, this was one I have to say, I was in the queue and I was going, oh my god, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I doing this to myself? And I really had to apply the things I've done before of going, well hang on a minute, I know this ride system, or the restraints system anyway, fairly well because I've done Icon. I've done inversions of a lap bar because I've done Icon. I know I like a good smooth LSM launch because my number one is Taryn, I even have the shirt on. So chances are I'm going to enjoy this ride, but I still had to run myself through that, and even though I'm so much better nowadays, like I could look down from Woden and be fine, I still had to do that running monologue. So I do find it such a useful tool, and I really wanted to share that. But in terms of thoughts of the ride experience, I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it's going to be in my top 10. Top 20 possibly, but that's because I got quite a low ride count. But no, it was good. It was smooth as silk. I mean, once you've done a straight to a lap bar, you just don't want to go back because it's so good. The onboard audio, which I'm sure must have really added to the experience the whole way around, but I didn't clock it until we hit the brake run. Yeah, and they also take videos of you, which is really interesting. So we might have to have an explore and see how that looks.
It's going to look dreadful.
Yeah.
I saw a bit of it. It's going to look bad.
Laura, how did you find the ride experience?
I thought it was good. It was good. It was my first lap bar restraint inversion. It was great. Yeah, I got nothing. There was I think a heartline roll towards the end that
Tries to kill you.
yeah, a little bit.
It's like you don't want to be in this seat, right?
Yeah, you don't need this. But yeah, I thought the launch was nice. It's nice.
Yeah, that's my verdict. It's nice.
It's good. It's solid. I would 10 out of 10 ride it again. But
Awesome.
it's not going to make any. It's not going to break any records. But it's solid.
Solid.
It's really lovely.
Yeah.
Nice and floaty.
Yes.
Floaty.
Yeah.
It floats over the first curve and it floats through the loop.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Agree. Solid and nice. I think that's how we
Solid
sum it
and
up.
nice.
Solid and nice.
Tell my first boyfriend described it.
Can I keep that in? Time will tell.
Yeah, will it make the edit? Will it?
One thing I did actually just want to say very, very quickly was in the queue line we were going, oh, that launch doesn't look all that powerful. And then I swore on the launch, like, I have made a mistake in my judgment there.
Yeah.
It is a pretty good launch, Right, I think we're going to check out potentially one of the other attractions around here, and then definitely coffee will be on the agenda because I am tired. Coffee! So viewers, what just happened is Laura went, oh, a cave, and now we're in a cave. And there was a little bit of splash there, and we had a bit of a view of the Splash Battle ride, and okay, there's a viewing point. So we followed the cave and we went up a little spiral staircase, and we're now on a lighthouse, and the view is spectacular. Clips to follow. Oh, we just watched Blue Fire do her thing. Amazing. Just a quick note on accessibility and things. They do have one of those boards which tells you some of the sensory things to be aware of on the rides, and I do think that is a really good and important thing that parks can do. So good to see it here at Europa Park. Atlantica Super Splash, if you can't tell from the fetching rainwear. Yeah, we sort of decided off-ride that people didn't look too wet, and we thought, yeah, we'll be fine, we'll go for it, why not? Or I did.
Silly.
And then we got to the station. I was like, oh, we don't want to sit in the middle because we know there's something which specifically targets the middle seats, so we sat in the front. And then we saw the boat come in and went, oh no, what have we done to ourselves? We literally just on the top of that, like top of the drop then, we're like, uh-oh, the consequences of my actions have arrived. But actually it wasn't, I don't think, too bad. It was fine. It was fine.
I am mildly moist.
Mildly moist, yeah. It's I think a nice level of, like, you don't get too soaked but you still get the spectacles that off-ride, which I like. And I thought like the little backwards bit was quite nice. It might bring me around to the concept of water coasters actually. I felt like it did something interesting. And possibly more interesting than the outdoor section of Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, it does leave it lacking a little bit. But I can't help but love the indoor section of that.
No,
so.
the indoor section of Flying Dutchman in Efteling, that is, it's phenomenal. Right, we desperately need some coffee. So let's go find some caffeine and we'll be back later. So we just walked past the building and went, ooh, what's that? Shiny, let's give it a go. And we've just been on this ride. I don't think you can see it because I'm in the foreground, but it's one of those which spins round and it goes sort of up a little hill and the seats swing out a little bit. Sort of a funfair ride, but if you're going to put a funfair ride in a park, this is how you should do it, because this is themed to the nines. It's charming, it's sweet, it's entertaining. We're literally two, 30-somethings going around going wee wee because it's so enjoyable. I'm going now to do a clip, hopefully if the ride starts operating again, so you can see it for yourself and just how sweet it is. But yeah, I can't say anything but good things about Europa Park for doing attractions like this, because you do them because they're there and they're novel and they're cute, but they've done them well. And I feel like that's unheard of for us as Brits. Yeah. Just come off Alpine Express there. That is I think it's new this year because it's been rebuilt, Runaway Mine Train style ride here at Europa Park. It was a really good Runaway Mine Train. Not the best layout I've had on a Runaway Mine Train, but decent enough. And one thing I'm always really reminded when I come on to Runaway Mine Trains, not in the UK, is just, yes, we have some good Runaway Mine Train style rides, But what we don't have is well-themed runaway mine train style rides, and I think it really does make a difference when you're looking at junior coasters. So that is something I'd really love to see more of in the UK. How did you find it? You liked it?
Yeah, you know which one has my heart.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Colorado Adventure it was not, but it was jolly good at what it does. So yeah,
It's nice. It's cute.
Just had our first ever ride on Voltron Nevada, and I think I just like go in the background, so that's always fun. Laura, how'd you find it?
I love it. I think it's my new number one.
Is it?
It's tough, but I think it is.
I think it might be my new number one as well. Yeah. It is tough because Taron is my current number one, and I have so much love for Taron, but
Love Taron.
it's the air time on that and the hang time, and yeah, and I don't think I never thought I liked hang time, but it turns out I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I literally spent that entire ride going, oh my god, and then like cackling like a deranged witch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Liebe Gäste,
Yeah.
bitte entschuldigen Sie die kurze
Absolutely
Verzögerung.
wonderful.
Ihre
One thing we
Wartezeit
should note,
verkürzen.
actually, having just heard that announcement, is that they do seem to be having some sort of technical difficulties today. When we were in the queue, there was an announcement of a brief hold-up. When I say a brief hold-up, I mean they announced it and it was, what,
And it
2
was
minutes?
Yeah. We didn't even notice.
No.
I don't know if that's just because we're too used to UK parks, who will have you stand in the same place in a queue for 20 minutes and then say that's a problem.
They might as well have gone like, I'm going to sneeze, and then done. Like,
Yeah, but, thanks for the heads up. Right, cheers guys.
Yeah, but that said, we have to see the test car going round, and they've just done an announcement now that was in German, so I don't know what it meant. But I can't see anything on the track, so my guess is it's possibly just having a little bit of problems today. But I mean, it's a complex piece of machinery, isn't it?
Oh my god, it's just amazing. The engineering and the planning that must have gone into this is insane.
Yeah. How did you find the theming?
The what?
The theming.
I love it. It's my kind of vibe anyway.
Yeah.
I like Fly in Phantasialand, so it's my kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean the queue line, like, it moves so fast and there's so much to look at that, like, it was a 45-minute queue. We didn't double check the timing, but it was probably about 45 minutes, I just thought. But it went. It just,
it didn't feel like it. It felt like we were fairly consistently moving.
Yeah.
Will say though, the outside, or at least the furthest seat from where you go in, a little bit rough. Little bit rough.
Yeah, I'm hearing that it does have a roughness issue. And I was on the middle, and for me it was smooth and just stunning, but obviously you had a different experience being on the wing.
It was a little bit rough on the wing.
Yeah, and actually that might knock it off number one for me, because I mean Taron doesn't have an ounce of roughness.
No, not at all.
No.
And it is janky on the wing.
Interesting. Well, I think we've got quite a bit more to do still, so we should go do it. But yeah, I'm really glad we got our ride on Taron. Not Taron. Freudian slip. Voltron.
You need sleep.
I need sleep. I really
You need more
sleep.
coffee and then more sleep.
Correct. I can just see Voltron going around behind us on empty, so it does look like they are testing. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, in the queue line for Voltron, I was having my big moment of, oh my god, what am I doing here? And it was definitely one of those where it's like, I don't know, and then you do it and you're like, oh. I mean, what if I hadn't done it? I would have regretted that so much, because my god, what a coaster. What a coaster. Right, time to go and do more things.
More things.
More things.
Things next.
Bye. special guest, you know, Europa Park, given there is a space shuttle behind us, and the soundtrack, also a bit of a giveaway. But we just had our ride on Euromere, which is the park's spinning coaster. I'll go first on this time. So for me, this was okay. Like, I don't think this is a star in Europa's lineup. In fact, I think it's maybe a little bit of a black spot in Europa's lineup. The goods, I mean, that song is never leaving my head ever. Some of the theming was really good. And there's a bit when you get towards the top of the lift hill where the scene just emerges, and that was stunning. But you spent most of that lift hill in darkness, and it's such a long lift hill, unique and clever though it is, that it almost felt out of sync to me with the rest of the park, where everything is so in your face. And then as for the ride experience itself, I mean, for me, if I'm doing a spinning coaster, I want a spinning coaster. And there was some spin, but it did sort of feel like, I mean, once you got outside and you were starting to drop, you spun once, and that was just to change direction. I mean, you spun a bit right at the very top, but that was it. And it's not personally what I love in a coaster experience. Like, I was quite glad we were forward-facing for most of it, because I don't think I'd have enjoyed doing it backwards, which, you know, half the train would have done. But, you know, it's reasonable. And you know, the nice thing about coasters like this is that they appeal to a wide demographic, so they're not too intense. So there is swings and roundabouts of this. Not my favourite.
Yeah, it was fine.
It was fine.
That's all I got. It was fine. There was a bit at the end that had a nice bit of go fast.
There was into the tunnel. I was like, choo choo. It just made me think of Runaway Mine Train.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was it's fun. It's nice. Not one if you're good for heights, because it's quite a tall, wild mouse experience at the top.
Yes, I was going to come back to that actually. Yeah, I obviously, as you guys probably know, my fear of heights is pretty dang bad. And yeah, we got out the top and I was like, oh thank God, my fear of heights isn't as bad as it used to be. And then we sort of span a little bit and I was like, I'm quite high up and I'm moving, I do not like this.
It lasts very long.
There was a woman, bless her, on our train who was doing that the whole way around.
She's
and
not okay.
It was very nearly me, I'm not going to lie, because you are up at height for quite a long time. So if that you are somebody who is nervous of heights, in my personal opinion, you know, obviously do what's right for you. I don't think the ride experience justifies putting yourself through that if you're really that nervous. I would do it again though, to be honest. I wouldn't hurry to it, but I would do it again. If the queue was short, we saw a massive queue earlier for Euromere, and I would not do a massive queue for that ride personally. That's a 10-minute or less ride.
If you can jump on it, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Right, I think we're probably both flagging a little bit after all the excitement, so it might be time for some food.
It's time to rape now.
Oh no, I take it back. Laura's ready to go all day.
I hope, yeah. Just need some glow sticks.
And on that note, we're probably going to go get some food and, you know, sugar in us, because apparently we need that. See you in a bit. In the gift shop, and there she is.
So yeah, no, I found some socks. I like the socks.
So we've just done Dinosaur Ride, and all I can say is that it's my favourite thing ever. Like, I've just done Voltron, and I think I prefer this. There's something about dinosaurs having a party which just taps into the autism in a really fun, good, happy, joyful way for me. I loved it so much.
I know you loved it. I'm just going to put you on here tomorrow for like a solid 2 hours. And now I'll take a walk around, or I'll do a run or something, and go on something big and nasty, and then come back and you'll still be on here happily.
Yes, I'll just be looping it, just
Yeah.
clapping. Yeah. Right, we should actually get some lunch, which we've been starting to do for about an hour, I think.
Yeah, we just keep seeing new things to go and do.
But this is the thing, I mean, I thought we'd do a roundup later on, but just the most amazing thing about this park is just you're just walking, it's like, oh, what's going on there? And then you find something. Like, we just found somebody doing like woodwork, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then,
Having a great time.
yeah, and it's just wild. It's just absolutely wild. I'm so in love with this place, and especially the dinosaur ride. Especially the dinosaur ride. Right, food.
Let's go.
Food.
Do it.
Okay, so we have now officially had our lunch. Having said that we would, we actually did it. And we've just had a re-ride on the dinosaur ride, which I can't remember the full name of. I'm just going to call it the dinosaur ride, and it was just delightful. And then we've had our first ride on the Can coaster. Laura, what did you think?
I thought it was fun. It was a good time. It was. That's yeah. If that was an ordinary coaster in the light, it probably wouldn't amount to much. It would probably be like my first roller coaster, kids coaster type thing.
Yeah.
But in the dark with the kind of effects and the kind of the layout and the props and the environment, yeah, it's a good time. It was just fun.
One of the things I was really impressed with was the queue line. Just the whole queue line area was so
nice.
delightful, and we both have theatre experience, so I think it really evoked that like backstage buzz for us. So yeah, no, it's a really, really delightful ride. I think there was some dark spots on it in terms of the theming and stuff, but you get so, I guess, swept away with the onboard audio, which of course the Can music, that you kind of don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if they were to do more, that'd be great, but also, you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Right, we still have plenty of attractions we haven't done today, and we've only got 2.5 hours of park time left, so we should probably get a scoot on.
Okay, morgen noch. 1 Minute 6. Überraschung. Überraschung. Hallo.
Okay, we're walking and filming a reaction because we're mindful of time and having some things that we want to get done today. Laura has just experienced her first ever flying theatre in the form of Voletarium. I'd done Flight of the Skyline at Legoland before and was blown away by just the technology of it. And again, just a phenomenal experience. I actually did prefer Flight of the Skyline just because I kind of like the story base side of it. But Laura, how was Voletarium for you?
I love it. It's fantastic, amazing. I was so impressed. I like roller coasters because I like the feeling that I'm flying.
Yeah.
I like that simulation, and that does it. I think probably better than most roller coasters could.
Yeah, agree.
Gentler than most roller coasters.
Not quite as adrenaline fueled, but
Yeah. So if we could find a happy medium between what that does and what a lot of the more high octane, faster thrill rides do, I'll be in heaven.
I don't think we're getting a launch flying theatre anytime soon.
Nah, they can do it. We have the technology. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, there is actually some new technology on flying theatres because there was talk of towers getting one at one point. But I think hopefully that rumour has been put to bed. So we shall see. Right, we got to crack on. Battery goes, this might be the last update from today, but we have just ridden Arthur. My god, what an incredible ride system. Like I thoroughly expected to be impressed by it, and I was thoroughly impressed by it. And I don't have any nostalgia for the ride or the IP at all, but I think I have to watch that film because that was really cute, and like the vibe was just incredible fun. So yeah, another sterling job from Europa Park on Arthur. We've just arrived for day number 2 at Europa Park for us. We've had a lovely day at Rolantica yesterday, lots of relaxing vibes in the Hygedal. I'll do a separate video just on that alone because there's quite a bit to cover actually. We're here today and it is Alsace Day, so we don't really know what that means, but we're expecting it's going to be quite busy in the park and there's going to be some sort of themed moments for us to enjoy as well. First of all, we're going to head around and try and get some of the coasters we haven't got yet. And we're also going to try and join the virtual queue for Voltron, see if we can get ahead on that. We didn't use the virtual queue system last time because we were just going to get a feel for the park really, and we wasn't really sure what would be worth doing a virtual queue for. So yeah, we're a little bit of an experiment, but we'll let you know how we get on. And in the meantime, I think we're going to hurry around and get some coasters while hopefully the queues are a little bit quieter. We're expecting a busy one today, but we'll see how it goes. And you know what? If it's really busy, we'll be checking out the shows, soaking up the vibes. We'll be having a good time because it's Europa Park and it is just so incredible here. So yeah, we'll let you know how we get on. So we've just come off Schweizerbahn, the bobsled ride here at Europa Park. I think I'll go first on a verdict if that's okay. I'm just slightly shocked that there is actually a ride model at Europa Park that is worse than one we have in Blackpool. But it was enjoyable, it was fun. It just doesn't necessarily do much. So if you're used to Avalanche and used to the sort of speed you get on that, you won't get that on this. But it is quite cute. The theming and the queue line was pretty cute as well. Glad we did it on a short queue. Yeah. And this is your first bobsled?
This is my first bobsled, yes. And like, if I have done Avalanche, I've forgotten it or blocked it out. And
both were entirely possible.
It would have been while I was very small, so it could go either way. But yeah, it was fun. I just giggled the entire time.
Yeah.
It was silly.
It was a bit of a wee moment rather than a moment.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. No, it's cute, it's fun. And the theming when you walk out of it is fun.
Yeah, as you can see behind us, we've just stepped into this incredible, immersive world. It's
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. Right, let's go find another ride.
Yeah.
We just had our first ride there on Matterhorn Blitz, which is the park's Wild Mouse style roller coaster. Laura, what did you think?
I always feel like I'm gonna die on Wild Mouse. Always, every time. But no, it was cute. It was cute. The first drop caught me by surprise. It was right a bit.
Yeah, because we were both looking out, weren't we? We were like, oh, have you seen
Yeah, we're having a nice time looking at things, and then I got rudely awakened. But no, I think it's nice. It's fun. I always feel like I'm gonna die on Wild Mouse, so
Yeah.
I think I need to get over the shock.
I don't think there is any getting over it. Like, it's not natural to feel like you're going to hurtle off the side of a track. I have quite a soft spot for Wild Mouse rides, so I feel like the intended audience in some ways. And I did really, really enjoy it. I thought the theming throughout the queue line was impeccable.
That was wild.
I mean, it didn't even feel like a 25-minute queue, did it? Because you were just so entertained the whole way around. Oh, almost the whole way around. There were some dull spots of theming, I suppose, but the theming you did see was just stuffed full of things to look at. And then, spoiler alert for the ride, so maybe give it a minute if you don't want to have it spoiled, but it has a lift that acts as the lift hill, which we knew about. What we did not know about was the way the lift does this, whoop, whoop, like as you're sort of going up, so you feel like you're in this really janky lift shed situation. It was so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
That was nice. I liked it. I liked it.
More. Off to Greece we go. Had a ride there on Pegasus, which is we're laughing because I called it completely the wrong thing, which is a family coaster here at Europa Park. So sweet, wasn't it? Yeah, what did you think, Laura?
I loved it. It's got an unexpected pop of airtime, especially if you're sat near the back. It's just lovely. Doesn't outstay its welcome. Yeah,
You are being
lovely.
slightly attacked by a wasp, so I might stop the segment here just for a second. So yeah, that is one of the things we are experiencing here at Europa Park, is that wasps still very much a thing. I really liked Pegasus. I thought it was actually a really good, strong layout for that kind of market. Kind of gets them used to something which is a little bit more exciting than maybe just your very standard, you know, bar coaster like what we did yesterday. So yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And the theme, of course, again, it's Europa Park, was really, really sweet. And you were saying in the queue, like, they didn't have to go as hard as they've gone. In terms of, like, there was like an archaeological site, and then there's another one in the background. Like, they didn't need to do that, and they did that, and it's just, it's so impressive.
Yeah. Also, this one's horse themed, which is
Horse themed, good.
horse themed. Always up for a horse theme.
Right, should we go get soaked?
Yeah.
Cool. So just had a ride on Poseidon, which you can see just going past us to demonstrate what kind of ride it is. It is, of course, a water coaster. Laura, what did you think?
I liked it. It committed to both elements, and it was fun, which is what it should be.
Yeah, I feel like we've done some water coasters where it feels more like a water ride rather than a water coaster. I mean, obviously, you know, the sort of mechanisms of a ride like that, you're not going to get anything too ultra thrilling anyway, but I did feel that that really did commit to having a good balance of both.
Yeah.
Like, there were some nice, you know, semi-thrilling elements, didn't get too wet, and those kind of slower bits actually where you're meandering around the course, so well themed.
Relaxing.
Yeah, relaxing. It was like a mix of relaxing and thrilling. I have to say, this whole area here actually is, I think, my favourite. It's just, especially on a bright sunny day like today, it's just so beautiful, and it feels proper holiday mode, doesn't it? Yeah, I think we're going to have a little break now, and then I think there's only one last coaster we need to get actually, isn't there?
Yes.
Which I may or may not get, but stay tuned to find out.
I'ma get it.
And if not, Laura will give you the
I'ma
full
get
review.
I like the go fast.
They go fast. Right, but now for a go slow.
Yes.
And then we'll see you in a little bit. Okay guys, I can't give you a review of Silver Star, I'm afraid, for the very simple reason that I can't believe I actually did it, and I was too busy going, oh my god, I'm on this ride, to tell you what was actually happening. As you'll know if you watch this channel, I am super terrified of heights. Never in my life thought I could do a 200-foot coaster, and I've just done a 200-foot coaster. I can't give you advice right now. I can't tell you about the ride experience. This is purely selfish, bottling the memories for me that I actually made it on there. Oh my god, you guys. But you know what? If I can do that, me who shakes on a flipping tiny little step ladder, you can do anything. Like, you can do anything, guys. Okay, so we just had a ride there on, I can't remember, Castle Aero del Medici, formerly Geisterschloss. It's had a bit of a makeover this year. It was really interesting, I would say. I was saying to Laura then, like, since I got over my fear of ghost trains, that is probably the most nervous I've been to be on one. It's not like, it's not intensely scary, but almost the entire experience is just very deeply unsettling. I know that they did previously had quite a lot of Disney-esque elements in it, like the sort of projections on the face and things like that. Sort of Madame Vestra, I think the name is. No, it's not Vestra, it's someone else. Arcati? No, that might be close to it. Either way, Leota, Madame Leota, got there in the end. Just look through all the ghosts, all the ghostly heads. Yeah, and so that, I didn't notice that in there. I think they have really de-Disneyfied it. To great effect, actually, I would say. How did you find it, Laura?
It was good. It was like a better version of Geisterrichter at Phantasialand.
Yes, yeah, it was like Geisterrichter, but with like proper atmosphere. Yeah, I liked it. I think probably still not my favourite ghost train, but I can't put my finger on what it was about it which made me not have it as my favourite. Although actually one of the things I thought was quite interesting was when we went backwards, I had that moment of just going, oh, I'm actually a bit scared to be going backwards on this because I don't know what horror lies in wait when we turn around. And that was nice that I had that reaction. I think that's a really good sign for a ghost train. Yeah, still got tons to do here. Tons to do. We're not going to do it all today for sure, but hopefully get on a couple more things and give you some reviews of those. So we just had minor shock in a really good way because we just walked in for our last day and pumpkins everywhere. It's so beautiful. So many pumpkins. We're just like, what happened? We were here last night and they weren't here, and now pumpkins everywhere. So sad times for us as we are officially saying goodbye to Europa Park for this trip. Somebody behind us is having a blast. Yeah, we're on the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area of Berlin. It's looking stunning. We've just had our final ride on Voltron. We just spent too much on merch.
Yes.
I mean, what a way to finish up our time here. Laura, thoughts on Europa Park?
I mean, the only thoughts in my head right now is the pumpkin epidemic. Because it's never left me. I'm still giggling about it. It's amazing. It's got everything. Yeah, like, this is by far the biggest park I've been to. And it's fantastic. I got nothing else. It's amazing. Everyone should come here.
Yeah.
Everyone should come here. It is for everyone. It's for, you will have a good time.
100%, and I think that it's for everyone point is so important. I mean, if you're tiny and just barely walking, there's things for you. If you're a thrill seeker, there's things for you. Yeah. Like it's such a family environment, but in the truest sense of the word. I mean, I would probably recommend this over Disney for a lot of families, to be honest with you, because I mean, unless you're really wedded to the Disney characters, you get that experience by the bucket load here. I mean, I was saying just earlier, you know, in Disney terms, you talk about magic moments, and we have had so many magic moments on this trip, for absolute certain. I think the whole trip has been pretty good value for money.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, even things like food outlets, you know, you're paying less than you'd pay in the UK for much better quality food.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Filling, often healthy options, don't get that in the UK either.
Really good healthy options. A lot of salads.
Lot of salads.
Lots of salads.
Yeah. Merchandise all seemed fairly good quality, apart from some maybe slightly see-through t-shirts.
Yeah.
But again, much cheaper, but you get the quality here, which you don't get, you know, in the UK as well. We've occasionally had some hiccups with the language. You'll find a lot of German here, a lot of French here, but when I say occasionally, I mean very, very rarely. And you know, we've certainly got by. You don't need a lot of German, but you know, your basics, your bitte, danke, ein, zwei, drei, so on, so on. It's all gonna put you in good stead. If you're a bit like me and you get a bit overwhelmed in new environments, I would say there is a lot here which can be a little bit overwhelming, but there's also so many spaces to go and just chill and have a sit down or get some quiet time. So in that sense, I think it is actually quite an accessible park. Likewise, if you're a bit like me and have some dodgy joint issues, we've taken, I think, every form of transport now. Like we've done the different monorails, we've done, I can't remember what it's called, I was going to say the choo-choo, but we did do the choo-choo twice. Yeah, 3 times technically actually. Yeah. So yeah, there's lots of ways of getting around the park as well, and it is massive, so it's really helpful to have those options. Yeah, I can't think what else to say at this point other than I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. You know, just now I was just saying I would happily have this as a once-a-year park for me. I say that I'd happily live here if I could. It's been so magical. Yeah, I'm sure I'll think of more things after I stop the camera. I always do.
Definitely.
But for now, I just want to say a huge thank you to Europa Park for all the magical memories that we have, and hopefully it won't be too long till we're stood here again, because I'm gonna miss this place like anything. I always close out with saying do the brave thing, and I just want to celebrate yet again that I did the brave thing. I did the friggin' brave thing, and I loved it, and it's put me in such a good place to try other brave things. So guys, do the brave things, because good things lie in wait when you do, and guess what, you can do it. I never thought I could do that massive 230-foot beast, but I can, so can you. So do the things, I believe in you. Well, they've turned the music off, so it's definitely time to go home.
We need to leave.
We need to go.